68% of CEOs have no connection to social media. And you just think about what is the most dominant communication form of our day. It just shows you the disconnect between what a senior officer is probably thinking and what's actually going on in the real world has gotten greater and wider. And it explains a lot of the reliance on old media rather than new. The level of trust is at an all-time low. The most recent statistics vary, but the dominant statistic is probably 10% of the people in the United States. This is believe that business balances profit in the public interest, which is a pretty good proxy for people's attitudes about business. This poll has been done for about 35, 40 years, and it went from a high of 70% of the people feeling that way in 1968 to down at 10% now. And so the level of trust is at an all-time low. The level of trust in NGOs is at an all-time high. So non-governmental organizations, which are primarily the antagonists against business, are much more trusted than executives in corporations. And in fact, corporate executives are among the least trusted, they are the least trusted spokesperson that we know, except for, of course, Congress, which is way worse than even executives are. The most trusted are peers. And if you just think about what that means that people trust each other more than they will any message coming from a corporate entity. So you put those things together, weak trust for the organization, weak trust for the executives, high trust for someone like me. It means that the lack of interest in social media that we talked about before is even more stark and even more of a problem today than ever before. Socrates said, to gain a good reputation, endeavor to be what you desire to appear. That would be a great way to do it. Just do the right thing more often, because usually corporations are distrusted for good reasons. They're doing things that you shouldn't trust. So it starts with that, trying to do the right thing. The second thing is understanding the value of communicating about the good things you do and seeing communication as the primary way to execute strategy in all forms throughout the corporation. And the third part of it is to make sure that you are engaged in all aspects with all constituencies. You have to therefore understand who your constituencies are, what they value, what role they play in shaping your reputation, and then try to figure out what is the message that is going to be most interesting to them that will help them to see you for what you really are, which is a great organization. If you're not a great organization, you can't expect to have a good reputation. And I find a lot of organizations would like to have a good reputation by just doing the same old stuff they've been doing for many, many years. Corporations exist at the mercy of society. You know, we have literally a license to operate in many of the businesses that operate today. So for sure, you have to be an advocate for society, and you have to be seen to be doing the right thing by the constituencies that you represent. And all too often, corporations are really pretty much selfish and focused on what's best for them rather than what's best for society. I mean, today we realize that the corporations that are good to great, built to last, are the ones that really do have that understanding of what's best for all key constituencies, not just shareholders, also your customers, also your employees, and also the communities in which those employees have to work to satisfy customers to make money for your shareholders. I think if you have that going for you today, you have a leg up on other corporations, and that's why we see corporations trying to become what I call trusted reputational players. They're corporations that are saying, you know what, we can differentiate by just being more authentic, more of a trustworthy organization, and by doing the right thing more often. And you have one in almost every space today, and it's pretty clear that it leads directly to value.